What's up, everybody? So, oh man. By the end of this video, you can apologize and say, you know what, Nick, you were right. It's okay. I know. So just the other day, we had International Women's Day, where all the women took off work, boycotted, marched, did whatever the fuck they did. Now, one of the big things about that, well, there's a couple big things about that. One of the places featured in the news about this whole agenda was Chapel Hill, Carborough, North Carolina. That is right down the road from me. Been there several times. Actually went on a date there with come to find out, a feminist. That was fun. Um, so they took it to the extreme, this place, which it doesn't surprise me because that area is well known for being like a liberal hotbed. But let me get to the point. These women were encouraged to not interact with white male businesses. They were encouraged to only interact with female businesses or minority businesses. Now, let me just go ahead and get to one of my points. About a few months ago, I made a video about the white male being attacked. And everybody thought I was crazy and overreacting. And here we have it, just a few days ago, a blatant and outright attack on white male businesses. Yeah, told you so. Guess I wasn't that crazy after all, huh? And the other thing that bugs the ever living shit about this, or about all this to me, is that feminists love to call conservative white males Nazis. It's one of their favorite things to call conservative white males. And the hypocrisy of this. So feminists boycott white male business for a day. And that's okay. And then call us Nazis. You know, one of the first fucking things that Nazis did? Boycott Jewish businesses. You seeing the correlation there? The fucking feminists are actually doing exactly what Nazis did. But then they call us Nazis. Is this some kind of fucked up form of projection? I'm not really sure. And then they want to call everybody fascist. Fascism is basically controlling what other people say. And these are the very people that are shutting down, trying to shut down, multiple sources, multiple people's viewpoints. You know, if you've ever tried to have a discussion with a feminist, which I did during that date, you will know very quickly that it's their way or the highway. You are not allowed to have an opinion. You are not allowed to have any kind of differing point of view other than their own. That is ultimately fascism. Again, the absolute hypocrisy of it all. Calling other people exactly what you are. Not only that, the whole preaching of, love trumps hate and this, that, and the other, yet all these protests seem to end up in violence. Not so much the Women's March and International Women's Day, but a lot of the liberal arguments, love trumps hate, but yet they end up in violence. Strange. Thought you were against that. I mean, it blows my mind. It blows my mind. Just how hypocritical these people are. I mean, it literally is like I feel like they're just complaining just to complain. And the other argument that everybody bitches and complains about is the wage gap. Wage gap. Do you know that women, I think they did a study out of 150 cities. In 148 cities, women were getting paid more for the same job. And these were large, they picked out a fair amount of large cities. So where is this quote unquote wage gap? It's all this stuff, man. It's. I mean, I correlate it back to narcissism. This whole pointing the finger at you for something that they've done, the projection, the whole like gaslighting, making up fictitious problems just to bitch, being overly emotional, trying to silence your point of view, act like you don't have a point of view. Does this not sound like what the fucking narcissist did to you? Does this not fucking sound like what the fucking narcissist did to you? Does to me. All this shit, man. God bless. I just, I don't, I mean, I don't know how people don't see how ridiculous all this is. Um, and then on the other part is, to really look at something, you need to be like, okay, does this subject matter affect me in my daily life? To know if it's legitimate, like why are you going to go out and protest if something like this doesn't affect you in your daily life? But for the most part, none of these issues are affecting any of the women protesting in their daily life. Let's be honest. They just feel like they are. They feel like something's not fair. They feel, no logic or reason behind it. Just because they feel like it, they feel like something's wrong. So they go out and protest. I know people that went out and protested for the women's shit that are teachers, and they complain about not making enough money. Sweetheart, maybe you should have picked a different profession if you wanted to make more money. I mean, everybody on this goddamn planet knows from the time they're like 8 or 10, 12 maybe even, that teachers don't make a lot of money. You chose that profession and now you're complaining about it. Whose fucking fault is it? Blame shifting. Oh, is that blame shifting? Another little narcissistic trait? So, anyway, told you so, motherfuckers. It's only gonna get worse, too. I bet you. I bet you. Anyway, hope you enjoyed.